I've seen players starting on the wing. So is that a tactic used by the Fremantle side and others throughout the competition to get some more numbers around the footy early?
It is. It's obviously a running game with 16 aside, and to be able to spread the wings out, you need them, and we will play with that, and no doubt we've seen every other team as well.
So just about ready to go. It's going to be Houghton in the ruck. It's going to be Frederick Traub to go at it, and Sabrina wins the opening tap, and she's able to get the ball inside 50 here for the Brisbane Lions. The Dockers looking to get some early scoreboard pressure, and that's been pretty evident in the first couple of weeks here of AFLW. If you can get some early goals on the board, you can really set the foundations. Coming through Bates. Classy midfielder, one that the Dockers will need to stop. There's the captain. Gets an early touch, puts it in a bit of space here for Sharp, who can really run and carry. She makes her way through Fremantle Oval. She's going to be run down, though. Terrific tackle by the Lions. And Drew, that was a big feature of their play against Melbourne last week. Yeah,
we hear the 1%er tag used a lot as that kick's turned over, but it'll be important today, especially Fremantle going against the breeze in this first quarter.
Yeah, Kate McCarthy, she is a quick 82 in the draft last year. And we've seen right throughout the games, Kiara, territory really important.
That's it, and you want the run, and that's what Sharp's really, really good at, and what she does in games, and brings that in for us, especially throughout the middle.
So here's Kim Mickle, who's been given a free kick. The javelin thrower come footballer. Can she make an early impression? And close to the mark. She'll kick long towards the goal square. Dockers over the back, looking for a little half opportunity. Great smother on that occasion for Brisbane by Conan. And deep in attack here for the Dockers.
As mentioned, the Brisbane Lions are going with the breeze. Fremantle elected to put Akek Makua-Chewett in as the spare player across the half-back line. She's gotten drawn up now into the play, but starting with the spare back at Fremantle Dockers.
As Tanya said, that breeze across the ground going to certainly be tricky. Great crowd in here for the final match of round 2. The Dockers looking to get their first win in Brisbane. Well, if they could get 2 wins on the road, that would really set up their season. Fremantle parked inside their 50 at the moment. Ball out to the wing. And leading the way there for the Dockers to see it over the boundary line is Casey Davidson. They'll let it thrown back in. It's a historical ground, of course. The Dockers base themselves here, Fremantle, before they move into their new training base in the next couple of months. They're told over 8,000 already, and we can get about 10 in the ground here, so plenty more still to come in at Fremantle Oval. Here's Mickle over the top, laying a good tackle. The umpire really letting this go. Now he's going to pay holding the ball, so no effort made there for the Brisbane Lions. And already Kiara Kim Mickle just making her presence felt.
She is. She's coming straight in and just laid two tackles and has already got the freeze from. That's what we want to see from her.
Nice kick inside 50. And the mark is taken here by Miller.
And she's a great kick. She'll be able to kick this, I reckon.
So certainly within range to get the Dockers off to a terrific start. Hayley Miller. And that one is just out to the right. It was holding its line. It drifted, caught a bit of the woodwork, but the Dockers get the opening behind. Brisbane had to play a couple of games in the wet. Missed Taylor Harris, who takes a terrific mark, and she will be influential. Their #1 marquee signing, the 19-year-old, had to play a couple of games in the wet. A pre-season game against the Giants, and then last week at Casey Field, so they'll appreciate a dry deck here. Long towards half forward. Once again, Harris putting herself in the crunch, and it'll be a 50.
Yeah, she had to sit under that one there, did Taylor Harris. Did a good job of it. She's worked up the ground just to try and relieve the pressure from the Fremantle Dockers, who put a lot of great pressure on, especially with those 2 early tackles from Kim Mickle.
So Harris quick to go here. She's got a good penetrating right boot. She's going to put it long and deep towards Frederick Traub, who couldn't quite take the mark. Ashmore trying to burst her way through. Dockers needing to defend well here. Brisbane busy inside their 50. And as we've seen, Kiara, the heat has really been on in the early part of all the games of AFLW, the tackling and the 1%ers. Brisbane looking to make the most of this forward 50 thrust. Here's Chute. There's the handball off to Donnellan, the captain. And a nice little pass Stolen away, though, in the end there for Brisbane by Bates, who kicks long towards the 50. Frederick Traub recovering a fair bit of ground. Conan now inside 50. There's some interference. The umpire said play on. Still alive here for Ashmore. She certainly loves to run. She was terrific against Melbourne last week. Deep in the forward pocket here for the Lions. Yeah, numbers. Nice little turn there for the Lions on that occasion was Gibson. Now Ashmore puts it on the right boot. A curl back right on the line. Going to be touched by the Dockers. Opening score for Brisbane.
Ashmore very good there. Stayed involved throughout that whole set of play. Kept her feet a couple of times. She was tackled, held on to, didn't go to ground. Stayed involved, and that allowed her to get that that snapshot at goal.
So Dockers looking to clear here. What does it mean, Kiara, just to come back and play at home this week? And, you know, obviously the players would have sensed a really good crowd turning up. What was the week like?
Yeah, obviously after the loss last week, we wanted to get as much people down here, and the fans here have been amazing. They're getting around the girls, and you can see already that they're ready to fire up.
And we've seen the home crowd certainly play its part in a few of the games. But Brisbane, it didn't affect them last week on the road. A lot of their players are from the QAFL, but also a spread of players from around the country as well now. Might be a little injury here for Brisbane. Just keep an eye on that. As the Dockers have got this one at half back. Good penetrating ball. Hunt goes long. Now taken away here for Brisbane by Lutkins. Frederick Traub, the target at half forward. Coming through Bates, Frederick Traub, they combine. Nicely done. They found a bit of space here. Brisbane into the path of Wushner. Handballs to herself, back into play. Can she create a little half opportunity here? Dockers strong with the tackle, but maybe just a little too strong on that occasion. And it's going to be a Brisbane free kick.
The local girl there, Brett Wushner. She's an East Fremantle girl playing back in front of, well, somewhat of her home fans. Wearing the wrong colours though, probably according to them. There's
Hildebrand, who's popped the knock on the leg there. We'll keep an eye on that for Brisbane. So Wushner in the pocket. Can she convert first for Brisbane? And it's just gone out to the right for a behind. Brisbane lead it by that margin. Who's a player, Kiara, that maybe didn't perform as well as they would have liked last week for the Dockers, who could maybe really make their mark here today?
I think Hayley Miller, she's going to come out firing. You know, she felt she didn't have the best game that she's ever had, and she's going to bring run, and we've spoken about that. She's going to bring so much run into this game, and she's a speedster.
Yeah, we just saw a replay there of Hildebrand. Of course, Melbourne Uni came from Ballarat originally, so one of the Victorians in the team for Brisbane. Just getting some attention on the sidelines. Looks like it might be that lower leg down towards the shin area, so we'll keep a very close eye on that. So Frederick Traub has got the kick here, around about 45 metres out. She's going to send that out to the right down towards the square. It's going to be a mark to Brisbane. Right in the forward pocket. So a chance for a shot at goal here. It's Wushner once again. With that last shot, kicked it behind. Tight angle here, or she maybe try and run around and use her opposite foot. She will. The left. It's good. Great start for the Lions. They kick the opening goal here at Fremantle Oval. Perfect start, Drew.
Yeah, it is. The Brisbane Lions have been able to get some good time in the forward half this quarter, using the breeze to their advantage. There was a bit of loose checking there, Kiara, from some of the defenders, which won't impress Coach Michelle Cowan at all.
No, definitely not. And Brisbane are setting up their wall, you know, amazingly, and we just need to stop and just get it over their wall.
So a great start here for the Brisbane Lions on the road after their great victory against Melbourne last week. They kicked the opener through Wushner. Hildebrand off with the injury at the moment. We'll keep a close eye on that on the Brisbane bench. Jessica Wushner, of course, originally from Tasmania, spent 3 seasons over here at East Fremantle. So certainly well travelled, Kiara.
Yeah, we were definitely hoping she would stay, but she did. She applied for the Brisbane draft.
And certainly putting on the board early. He's had a couple of shots at goal. Fremantle, important clearance out of the middle. Lost that one to the Bulldogs last week in terms of the clearances, 30-14. So they need to get their hands on the ball in the middle. Good tackle on that occasion by Lavelle. Now trying to storm her way through is Virgo. It's a strong tackle. Once again, it's ferocious in tight. That's one thing we've really enjoyed, Drew, about AFLW.
Yeah, absolutely, and as you alluded to, Fremantle last week, and Kiara, you might be able to give us some of the inside word as to what training was applied this week, but lost a lot of the contested football possessions, lost the tackle count last week, lost the clearances. So was there an emphasis on that coming into today's game?
There was and there wasn't. You know, we found that we didn't play our structures last week. We fell into the Bulldogs game plan. So this week it was about getting back to our structures and back to our game plan and doing what we want to do.
So umpire throws it back in. We're in the forward half here for the Fremantle Dockers. Can they get a goal on the board? A kick towards half forward. It's going to be chopped off though. It's off the boot of O'Sullivan. Virgo, who's an impressive player, towards the wing. Frederick Traub always getting some good touches. There's a great tackle by Stephanie Kane. And the Dockers will send it back forward. Frederick Traub certainly one player that the Dockers will need to stop here today. Pressure on the Lions as they work across their goal face here. Now trying to clear. They're going to come a little bit more centrally on this occasion. Randall. And it's going to be chopped off here for the Dockers on the wing. And a kick towards half forward. Nice mark taken. An early goal on the board here, the Fremantle Dockers. Brisbane through Wooshner kicking the opening goal. Long inside forward 50. It's going to be a free kick play. So we come back to the Lions.
Both sides are using a spare in their back lines. So far for Brisbane, Samantha Virgo has been able to have some influence and impact over the last few minutes. And for the Fremantle Dockers, it's been Akek McCourt and also the other spare defender has been Kirby Bentley. And those two have been waxing on who's going to be the spare and who's going to take Sabrina Frederick Traub.
Let's get down to Tanya Armstrong. Some news on the boundary, Tanya.
Yes, Brisbane's Nicole Hildebrand. She's back on the ground. Had a bit of treatment to her left shin, bit of padding put on, but she's back on for Brisbane.
Well, there's some space opening up, but unfortunately Frederick Traub couldn't quite get boot to ball. Great pressure. It was Harris and Frederick Traub combining at half forward, and that's a good result, a good stop here. The Dockers Kiaricks are away, Brisbane.
There's some great tackles happening in this game. It's very hard, especially in the contests.
Umpire to throw it up once again. Get an effective disposal here. Just losing her footing for Brisbane was Megan Hunt. Now they pile in once again. Umpire will come in. So tight going. Brisbane with a goal on the board in this opening quarter. Pleasant conditions here at Fremantle Oval. Great crowd in, up around the 8,000-9,000 mark at the moment. Now the Dockers will win it from the stoppage. They can start to try and really move the footy here towards the wing. It's just a little wide, the kick. On that occasion, Filacamo goes over the boundary line. There's 16 aside. If you haven't been watching much of AFLW, 15-minute quarters. Clock just keeps running. So it moves pretty quickly. And the weeks are going to move pretty quickly, and you want to be right up there in contention. There's Virgo again, who's done a good job last week at half-back, and once again, looking to control things here. A couple of Brisbane players maybe not talking there. Dockers desperate once again. Another pack will form around about 45 metres out from Fremantle's goal.
You can see Mel Caulfield there. She kicked our goal last week and she's got X factor and she's amazing in the forward line, and I have no doubt she's going to make an impact.
So the Dockers hunting the footy once again. So they pile in, another big pack forming here on the bottom of that. For Fremantle, it's Angel. Just trying to find a little bit of space here. Fremantle inside their forward 50. Wind certainly picking up, we can hear. Let's go another stop. Oh. It's going to pay a free kick. Okay, so he's ruled the tackler, and that might be a penalty here. And it's going to bring the Fremantle player right to the goal square in O'Sullivan. So Craig Starcevich wouldn't be happy with that, because Brisbane have done a great job in this opening quarter. Here we go. Well, I don't know about that. O'Sullivan looking to put it on the board here for the Dockers, and she does. Gabby O'Sullivan kicks the first for Fremantle on their home turf. We've got a real contest. And of course, Kiara, Gabby O'Sullivan, basketball background. A few, of course, part of the Dockers outfit. I know Antonio missing today, got suspended, and there's I think Barr as well has also come from a basketball background.
Yeah, they're really good. You know, they're coming from their basketball background. They're really good at reading the play, and they're really good in the back line. So we'll take that definitely.
So a tight contest here at Fremantle Oval as we tick down towards quarter time, and Fremantle getting their opening goal through Gabby O'Sullivan. Jessica Wushner with the goal earlier for Brisbane. Important clearance to be won here. Nicely done for the Dockers through Haynes, who kicks long towards the 50. Finding a bit of space is Stacey Barr. Last 30 seconds. They pinch another one before quarter time. Long towards the teeth of goal. Going up there was Lutkins. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Virgo has been rock solid in defence, and Brisbane just needed a little bit of composure on that occasion. Stepping over the boundary line, so we'll have it thrown in. The clock will just keep ticking with that ball going out of bounds, so quarter time imminent here at Fremantle Oval. A tight contest. So time going to run out here for Fremantle, who would have loved to have had one more opportunity to score a goal, but it's tight going. AFLW, the final match of round 2. Brisbane lead it by a point. We'll be back with more right after this.